1 week later. My shoes crunch through the layers of snow beneath me. Behind me the trail is quickly swept over by fresh snowfall. The cold bites at any flesh it can reach, my ears, my nose, my exposed hand as it carries my precious cargo. Somewhere in the distance, a dog barks. I am alone in this frigid wasteland. And to think this started so simply just 4 days ago. I'd gotten into a new routine at the start of the school week. Wake up, head to school, do my thing until the bell rings, then head on over to the Payne residence to check on Olivia. She texted me back that the drafting for the painting was finished, and now it was time for the real task of filling the canvas with color. Each time I'd come over, I would find her sitting at the edge of her bed, with a brush in her hand, analyzing the canvas with some kind of fire in her eyes that only a visionary like her would have. Back on Tuesday, I got a real craving for root beer. Sure you did. Olivia told me there was a gas station up the street and around the corner, and asked if I could get her a normal cola with a strange side-eye. The trip was frigid, and I probably should have seen where this was going, but the soda was well worth it. Once Olivia found out I could survive the journey, she started requesting I go make more resupply missions. Then I got caught on a return trip by Vinny and Randy. Short version of the story, I'm now the resupply man for the household. I go out to get precious rations. For my poor, freezing, shivering girlfriend and the other survivors of this inhumane climate of 31 degrees. It's been tough work, but it's been a blast. As I approach the front door, one of the survivors eagerly smushes his face into the glass window, ecstatic to see my triumphant return. The door opens for me and slams shut as I'm yanked in before the chilly air can creep in with me. I stumble forward and finally collapse onto the couch into Olivia's waiting arms. The moment my butt hits the comforter, she spreads out the large blanket she has open and enshrouds me in a warm, scaly embrace. Can't let my personal heating rock lose its warmth. Appreciate it. Olivia nuzzles in the crook of my neck and wraps her tail around my waist, trying her best to warm me up. This chair. One would assume that a literal cold-blooded Saurian would be a terrible way of warming up. Well, whoever they are, they're dead wrong. Setting the plastic bag on the floor, it begins getting passed around and everyone removes their various goodies. In seconds, Damien's chugged his battery acid energy drink. That's what I needed. Say, you up for another trip, Inko? Olivia signals to Vinny, who takes the empty bottle and bops him in the back of the head with it. Oh, Inko, while you were out, I finally thought of something. For our date? Yeah, you'll love it. It's... Olivia's breath catches. The two of us wait in anticipation as Randy gets the door. But we both know what it is already. Olivia, package for you. My head jostles to and fro, Olivia's excitement translating physically to her arms quaking wildly around my collar. Settle down, settle down. Randy has the box containing her new wheelchair, parts into the living room and sets it in front of the TV. Want me to set it up for you? Actually, Olivia lifts herself off the couch and starts pushing against the box, sliding it towards her room. Inko and I can do it. Alright. Olivia waves me over to join her as she pops the door open and pushes the heavy-looking box into her room. Come on, what are you waiting for? Let's get to it. We sit on the edge of the bed with the box before us. Olivia takes a deep breath and extends a single claw. And in a single motion, slices the tape open, letting the box flaps loose. She starts picking the individual parts out and laying them around. While she does so, I pick out the instructions. Really? What? Come on, give me that. She takes the instructions and rips them to bits. Guess I'll look up a PDF for it online. Won't need that. I've had to fix my own chair since I was a kid. Why you? I break it, I fix it. Simple as. And I broke it a lot when I was younger. Okay, curiosity piqued. How? Olivia turns with the biggest grin on her face. Ramp jumps. I was wondering if that trailer was ever going to come into play in the story. It's been in the back of my mind the whole time. When are we gonna see that? I want to see her do it. Ramp jumps. Oh. She doesn't elaborate, instead waddling over to her desk to retrieve a small hex key set. For the next 15 minutes, we begin to assemble the wheelchair. As it turns out, building this thing isn't as complex as I thought it would be. Most of it really is just as simple as connecting tab A into slot B. There's an innuendo there. We're near finished now. The middle frame stands proud, missing everything needed to make it comfortable. Like the seat. This bit connects to the handles here. Alright. So, you were about to tell me about an idea that I'd love for a date. Oh yeah. Have you ever been to a hibachi grill? I've heard of them. They're great. You gotta try it. They sit you down at a table, right? And in the middle of the table is a big flat-top grill. Then the chef... Hand me that piece right there. Thanks. Then the chef comes in with this cart full of the stuff that you ordered. Once the grill gets hot, they start cooking the food right in front of you. And then they bring a whole new meaning to playing with your food. Sounds pretty sweet, right? By the way, that goes in the other direction. That was the weirdest noise I've ever made. I'm sorry you had to listen to it. Whoops. Yeah, that honestly sounds pretty fun, Liv. It's like dinner and a show. But dinner is the show. I've been wanting to eat at a place like that for years. Alright then, as soon as we finish this, let's call for a table and go. Yeah! Olivia's arm and tail wrap around me in a hug, her other hand preoccupied with adjusting the chair seat to the perfect height. After attaching the armrest to the handle, I stand up in triumph over the fully built mobility chair. Well, I can safely say that your new wheelchair is completed by yours truly. You put the wheel on backward there. See, if I had sat in that, it would have crumpled, and it would have killed me. Oh, that's unfortunate. She lightly taps me with one of the spare parts. Yeah, so stop trying to kill me, dummy. Just to be safe, we're probably going to have to go back a few steps to make sure this thing is built correctly. Wonderful. Finally, it's done. Olivia inspects my work, nodding in approval on occasion and adjusting a few parts. Carefully, she moves herself from her bed into the seat. So, how is it? Darn it, my legs still don't work. Yeah, you did great. Feels just like the old one. Good job, Inky. Don't call me that. Actually, please call me that. Whew. Don't sigh yet. The night's just getting started. Her tail slithers around my wrist, inviting me to take the wheel. You ready? Yeah, it'll be cold. I'll be fine. I got a personal furnace with me. Moon silver irises turn to me half-lidded, letting me know that what my real role in Olivia's life is now. Furnace, not something sweeter like heated blanket or comforter. Yeah, no, I say that and then my aunt and uncle would be giving me the talk all over again. Before we knew it, we're admiring passing buildings as our rail car races towards the city. One thing we noticed were the Christmas lights tangled about inside the metro, which gave it a much cozier vibe. As we near the concrete jungle, even the streetlights and buildings grow infested with the holiday cheer. I can only imagine what this place will look like in the coming days. Definitely coming back later with Olivia, along with my camera. After a bit of walking and sightseeing, we arrive in the city's Japanese district, Little Trudon. As eager as I am to look around and immerse myself in the surroundings, Olivia's appetite for hibachi outranks it. We can always check it out after anyways. Heading inside, there's a distinct scent in the air that enters my nose. I can't pinpoint what it exactly smells like, but the word aromatic comes to mind. Konnichiwa. Welcome. A table for two, I presume? Yes, I called earlier for a reservation. The waitress takes a moment to look at the tablet placed in front of her. Ah, yes, a table for Mr. Nito and guest. Follow me. She grabs us a menu and leads us to the main dining area. As we're guided through the restaurant, I take in the interior design, seeing various set pieces, decor, and portraits of famous actors posing with who I assume is the owner of the restaurant. Entering into the main dining area, the sound of lively conversation floods my ears, as does the savory fragrance of the food being cooked for the other patrons. Just as Olivia said, each table had a grill in the center, where a chef was chopping, dicing, and slicing. I can feel my mouth filling up with drool as with each passing moment. Finally, we reach our table, where another party occupies the other remaining seats. Enjoy. So, how would you... My hand weighs over Olivia around her chair's handlebars. Olivia seems to understand what I'm about to entail, because without a word, she effortlessly hoists herself out of her wheelchair into the dining chair. I fold the wheelchair, place it by a nearby wall, and seat myself next to her. Nice. So, how are you feeling so far, Liv? Olivia smiles, letting her cold fingers splay out near the grill before us. Her tail curls up over the counter and joins them. I join her for a few seconds, warming my knuckles. I already like this place. It's like a combo of a show, and dinner, and a sauna. I reach out for the menu that sits between us. Let's see. You already know what you want to get? Sushi. They got the good stuff here. She points to something on the menu I don't have hope for ever pronouncing correctly. Nevertheless, it looks appetizing. What about you? I'm thinking something warm and filling. Oh, what about this dish then? She points at one of the specialty dishes, titled Trudon de Lat. Chicken breast, hibachi steak, and a colossal shrimp, lightly seasoned and grilled. Yeah, kind of like a variety dish. Sounds good enough for me. At variety, an idea overcomes me, and I scan the menu thoroughly. The section in particular takes up nearly the entire page. It's something I recalled from some of the foodie blogs I read. Hey, why don't we try all the appetizers? What? Laying the menu flat before her to the appetizer page, her eyes widen at how many choices there are. Yeah, like, we should try sampling everything and see which is best. That'd be really expensive though, right? It would. Each plate already costs over $15. But consider the experience. I can see her practically salivating as she looks at the page. How about half then? That'd still be about around 7 plates, but I'm sure I can cover that much. Okay. She cuts me off before I can cheer. But not all at once. Huh? I want to appreciate the show too. So, 2 dishes at a time. It's a weak concession, and I already figure Olivia's plan to fill up early. To save my bank account. Sure. So, we debate which appetizers to pick and start with. Her voice is now mingling with the rest of the ambiance as we wait to order. By the time somebody comes around, we've compiled a list of the most appealing sounding options. Oh. Eventually, a chef approaches our table with a large fork and blade in hand, scraping the two against each other in a theatrical manner before greeting us and heating up the stove. He uses a nearby container of oil to cover the cooking surface of the to cover the cooking surface in the shape of a smiley face before settling the assortment on fire and spreading it across the stove with a blade. A second staff member drops off a cart filled with uncooked meat and veggies that will soon become our dinner. With his ingredients readied, the chef starts his performance, expertly spinning his razor-sharp utensils with a grin on his face. Vegetables diced and stacked into explosive minifigures. Meat sizzled, flipped, and thrown through the air. Fish and shrimp sliced and juggled around the chef without even looking. Even as we were served up our starting orders, we were entirely too focused on the master chef. Olivia is completely enthralled by the performance. Not that she's the only one. The dexterity and skill the chef has with our food isn't like anything I've seen at any high-class restaurant my parents dragged me to before. After a minute or two of watching the chef's culinary showmanship, the couple beside us receives their order. He eases over a step to now stand before Olivia and I, his eyes carefully scanning a tiny scrap of paper before nodding. Konbanwa, however you're supposed to say that, if that's a real word. If that's a real word. My hungry-looking friends. Oh, I'm definitely hungry-looking, but Olivia... Looking at her, Olivia's eyes are the size of her plate, her lips are trembling over her smile, and her chopsticks creak within her fingers. Her first time here, I assume? Mine too. New friends to our lovely city. Allow me to give you a proper Volcadero welcome. Before I can tell them we aren't tourists, the cook sets down a pre-peeled onion on the grill. With his sharpened spatula and tongs, the onion is cut expertly and then its rings separated and stacked into a neat cone. And then he raises a finger with a smile I can't help but lean forward. He holds up a bottle of clear liquid and squirts it into the fuck. I reel back at the sudden heat erupting from the onion cano, fingers tapping just above my eyes. Oh shit, my eyebrows! You're fine, Ingo, relax. Confirming the few bits of hair are still on my head, the chef laughs and slides the onion creation around. Warm enough of a welcome? Quite. He laughs as the onions are added into our first appetizer plate, a sampler of various garnished fish and meats. Olivia's quick to take a still sizzling piece of steak and chomp on it, chewing on it even as her eyes water from the heat of it. The chef notices and uses his spatula to slide Olivia's glass of water closer to her, which she uses to quickly cool her tongue. I am happy to see you so eager to enjoy my cooking, but a good meal is best savored slowly. My hand rubs Olivia's back in comfort, but she still smiles and reaches for another cut of steak. Totally worth it. One by one, more of our appetizers are given to us. While I would normally go into detail about each one's unique flavors and how it affects my palate, only one thing really comes to mind. It's freaking delicious. Olivia seems to have the same sentiment. Currently scarfing down the rest of her salmon rolls. Any couples here tonight? For a moment, I glance at the girl beside me, enjoying her own little moment as she chows down on her food. We are. Well, it's the holiday season, which means the chef hovers his prongs over our heads with something green placed on its end. It's mistletoe. A kiss between the gentleman and the Wani girl, yes? Tender. A lingering pleasantness fills my heart as the chef tosses the mistletoe on a steak, revealing its true identity as garnish. Hey, what does Wani mean? And now we're finally getting into the title of the game. I didn't know that. It means gator. Oh. I gator hug that gator. Oh. I guess I do look like a gator. Yeah. I'm always thinking of you as the green gator girl. Really? What, as opposed to the green Baronix girl? Wait a minute. Really? What, as opposed to the green Baronix girl? Do you see Damien and refer to him as the red Dilophosaurus guy, too? Hey, I'm Minko. Wow, I just heard a noise. I craned my head towards the direction of the pink of the pink Dilophosaurus and the blue Aphylosaurus sing dong ding 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 saurus. These goddamn scientists need to slap him upside the head. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I get it. Good. Hey everyone, I just met a Triceratops. In fact, I met two. Shut up. What? What does that mean? Oh my god. I met two of them. Shut up. I use my chopsticks to fling an onion over to her. She definitely chops it out of the air. Okay, Nero. Or Neo, or whatever the hell his name is. Okay, who ordered the scallions? Oh, that's us. With one last bite of shrimp, we finished our meal. The chef spins his utensils and gives us a bow, bidding us a wonderful evening. I managed to slip him a generous tip as thanks for his hospitality. As the waitress hands me the bill, she asks if we'd like some complimentary ice cream, which Olivia happily accepts. Some dessert sounds good right now, so why not? It's not long until we're cutting open sweet flaky shells of fried cake batter to get to the cool and tasty ice cream cores of our deep fried ice cream. Cold be damned, I need something sweet to cap that off. Actually, hey, will you be alright for a while? I got an idea. Alright. Trust me, I'll be right back. I got another one. I'm collecting these damn things. There you go. Hey, will you be alright for a while? I got an idea. Alright. Trust me, I'll be right back. There's a general store right across. Excellent. I cross, hopeful they have what I have in mind. I'm back. Your ice cream was starting to melt. I was considering eating it. Rude. After I went out and got these, just for you. I hand her the plastic bag. Pocket warmers. How considerate of you, Inky. She stuffs them in the pocket of her hoodie, cracking them to start the heating. I grab her wheelchair and start to unfold it next to her, offering a hand to help her into it. There's still a whole city out there. Want to go see it? She takes my hand, interlocking her fingers between my own. Absolutely. Back outside, I finished the last of my dessert and let out a sigh of satisfaction. That was delicious. Couldn't agree more, though I'm not sure how fond I am of having the smell of hibachi on my clothes. Better than that cologne you always use. You noticed that. Her head suddenly turns away, focusing instead on the open-air market in the distance. Well, we're in Little Trudon. The weather makes foot traffic non-existent. The town is ours. Where do you want to go first? She looks positively giddy, looking around the stores, looking for the best place to start. That way. I got a great feeling about it. With Olivia as my guide, we make our way towards the shopping center. Man, as if the main part of the city's holiday lighting wasn't captivating already. Little Trudon is just as whimsical. Fairy lights wrap around the street lamps, while paper lanterns hang along the streets, illuminating our path in a reddish hue. Holiday cheer and cultural tradition meshed perfectly together. We're here. Here, looking to be some kind of Arabian bazaar from a movie, except built into a building. There's walls and even a ceiling, though the ceiling is plastic and semi-transparent. But the walls are all cut into, with cheap canopies jutting from the tops of the openings, and so many colorful knickknacks hanging from them, and over tables equally filling the bursting with a plethora of items. Every other stall I see has a seller stationed right next to a cheap heater, waving and shouting to anyone who passes by. While the streets had looked devoid of people, this shopping center was packed to the brim. That's the one. The one. I just know it. Lead the way. As we get closer, I can't help but notice the variety of interesting items being sold. Cheap-looking toys that light up and make music, t-shirts with various decals and vulgar jokes, and jade jewelry that looks like it was handmade this morning. All of which have signs marking their prices that frankly, reflect their quality very poorly. Further down the shopping center, we reach a section of the indoor market that looks almost like a convenience store. Shelves upon shelves of exotic produce are placed along every wall of the store. In the center are displays showcasing snacks and candies with ineligible signs and cutesy mascots. The ceiling's now covered in greenery, more paper lanterns, and banners adorning more Japanese text. Olivia's eyes light up with glee upon seeing the wide array of Oriental goodies. You know, let's make this our Christmas shopping. She nods and grins, and we start scanning each stall slowly. Immediately I'm drawn to one that is exceptionally vibrant from all the toys on show. Some of the plastic figures are even making noises, though there's a certain rattiness to them. Still, I'm sure I can find something for Vinny. Recalling our first meeting, I look for any Power Raptor figure I can find on the table. Oh, the sense of right alliance. Perfect. Aha! Picking up a package figure, I wave Olivia over from her sugary treat hunting. Think Vinny will like this? She quirks an eyebrow briefly and then gives me the flattest stare I've ever seen. No. Why not? Inko, that's such a shitty bootleg. What do you mean by that? They don't do that type of thing. Like, it's not even named right. I look at the package of the small green figure. Powerful Raptorials. Huh. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is cheap knockoffs. If you want the good stuff, you gotta look in the back. The back? She rolls her eyes, but motions for me to follow. Olivia wheels herself past the table and deeper into the stall. And the first thing I notice is how there's even more boxes of toys along the one wall. And opposite to that, a wall covered with a lot of swords and knives and other pointy, lethal things. Instead of looking at the toy wall, Olivia's eyes were glued to the weapon racks. I don't think Sophia would approve. Oh, yeah, no. It takes colossal effort on her part to turn herself around. Partially from how cramped the space is, but mainly how her eyes lingered on a particular sword on the shelf. Looking closer, it kind of looks like the one from a show we watched together. Neat. Maybe... Nah, Sophia definitely wouldn't approve. The next time I see a Keyblade on a wall, I'm definitely going to get it. It doesn't take long for Olivia to pick out a pair of toys to gift Damien's younger brother. Though I wouldn't think wooden weaponry counts as toys. Our purchases were made. We moved on to the next person on our list in the next stall. We ventured through the halls deliberately, throwing ideas back and forth on ideas for the rest of the panes. I was astonished to find a jacket close in design to mine, but for a fraction of the price, and just the right size for Damien. Fashion buddies. And Olivia pointed out a neat little statue of an insect carved out of amber stone. She said it'd be perfect for Randy, so it's added to the pot. That left Sophia, and Olivia brought us to a stall filled with textile materials. I hadn't known she was a seamstress, but Olivia explained that it's one of her favorite hobbies. Not knowing much on that matter, I let Olivia go and talk with the shopkeeper about what she was looking to buy, while I stayed close to the front. Near the cash register, I spot one of those tiny novelty prize dispensers. Just one more time. One in particular catches my eye. It looks like some variation of whack-a-mole, featuring little alligator heads. They're cute. She would love one of these. It just so happens I have 5 quarters. I turn the crank and get the spherical capsule in exchange. What you gettin'? Olivia, I got this for you. Oh. I place the little toy in her hands. She brings it closer to examine. Oh my God. Look, you can bop it with the little hammer. Nying. What? What kind of noise is that supposed to be? Ging. No. Ow. I know just the place for it. This is going right into my little treasure hoard. The thought brings a smile to my face. Did you find what you were looking for? Yep. She pulls out a few colorful bottles from her chair's compartment. These babies will look great on the canvas. They had just the colors I needed too. Whoa, how's it different from regular paint from the store? It just is. But it just is. Okay. I also got Auntie a roll of faux silk. She's always wanted to work with silk. When I was a kid, I thought that word was fox, so I always called them foxhawks. Like a foxhawk with the hair, but it's a faux hawk. I can't wait to play the Tony Hawk Underground games on this channel. Yeah. An hour later, we've seen just about everything. Looks like it's just in time, too. All the friendlier stalls are starting to close down. I don't want to get caught in any tight alleyways in the city after dark, so Olivia and I call it a night and start heading back to the metro station. We make one last turn to come to the entrance. Whoa. It's a large circular clearing, the widest space I've seen around here. Probably meant for performers and such. In the center is a huge Christmas tree, with colorful strings of light connecting it to the surrounding stalls. How did we miss this coming in? Wow. We both have to crane our necks to see the star on top. It looks mosaic, each panel a different color to create a star within a wreath, the entirety of it aglow from a singular light source from within. The colored lights bounce off of us as we approach. They color Olivia's snout in reds, blues, purples, and even some more vibrant greens. Even her breath, coming out as vapor, is lit up like it's part of the Christmas tree. For a moment, we stare at the Christmas tree in silence. All I can hear is the subtle ambiance of our surroundings. It's serene. Anything? Nah. Was this a nice break? Yeah. But you know me, I'm itching to get back into it. We look back up at the tree. It's bright. Merry Christmas, Olivia. Christmas isn't until another few weeks. I know, just felt like saying it. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Olivia's hand finds mine. Our fingers intertwining slowly, and our palms pressed warmly together. She doesn't speak, but her eyes convey so much. I carefully set down our shopping bags and take a knee beside her. She leans over her chair's armrest, bringing her head close until she can rest her chin on my shoulder. I can feel her lips move in a silent whisper as she nuzzles against me gently. A smile comes to my face, and she mouths her appreciation for our first official date. Following her example, I lean my head back against her. My jaw moves, but no words come out. After all, we don't want to disrupt the peaceful silence. But still, I know Olivia understands my own wordless thanks, as I feel her lips quirk into a smile. We stayed pressed together for some time. At least until my knees couldn't bear the stone floor and her scales couldn't handle the cold. Allowing the comfortable silence to continue, I stand up and slowly take us back to the station. The ride home, we're lucky enough to get a whole train car to ourselves. Olivia huddles close the whole way back. It's December. Winter in Volcadero Bluffs is officially here. No, scratch that. Is Damien even doing this on purpose? Why are we all staring at the red garden hose? I turn to Olivia's voice and... Oh. Wow. Oh, I knew you'd look amazing, Olivia, but to go so far... A hand slaps my back hard enough to make me stand and yelp. Oh! Randy grins unapologetically, and then motions me towards Olivia. Olivia, you look... So many words fill my mind to describe her. I can feel my mouth flapping uselessly as I try to pick one. I look... Gulping in a breath of air, I finally pick... Beautiful. The single word is enough to make Olivia's blush reach as far as her shoulders. And yet she smiles, even twirling her chair side to side so I can take in all the angles of her dress.
succeeded! I activated it!
It's officially winter in Volcadera Bluffs. Excuse me? What? Bites the dust? Oh! What? Okay, well, alright, we're gonna delete some saves and we're gonna start over. And hopefully that doesn't happen again. Great. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, is this on purpose? Wait, am I stupid? What? What happened? Was that how it's supposed to go? Okay. Maybe if things were more correct on your end, kind of let me know how it's supposed to go. What is it with prom in these games and being bugged out? Oh man. Oh God. Beautiful. So I can take in all the angles of her dress. This is some bites the dust type shit, my God. What? Is this supposed to happen? That's It's a big night for myself and Olivia. I'm at her place now. She sits beside me on the bed, hard at work finishing the painting. Let's just hope everything's fine from here on out. What I thought happened was I thought the text, just like the text part went back here while the scene script would stay here and then move forward while the text would be like this, you know what I mean? Like that's what I thought happened. But then this scene happened and I'm like, what? Like, did that play when it's not supposed to? And like this is supposed to be here, but instead now it's here and it has the, but like now is everything correct as it goes forward? Oh my God. She sits beside me on the bed, hard at work, finishing the painting. I hold her other hand while she carefully brushes. On occasion, Olivia glances nervously at the clock. Each tick is another second possibly wasted. She's really working down to the wire. That's not to say she'd let the deadline creep up on her, of course. Quite the opposite. Every day after school and until bedtime, she's been working hard at it. And now it just needs the finishing touches. She was so anxious today, just completely beside herself. Pestering me until during lunch and throughout our classes together, about how she wants to finish right away, to the point I had to talk her out of ditching class. I just hope everything's correct from this point onwards. Please let me know if everything's right. At least in your experience. Because this game did have several patches, and who knows if a patch might kind of break this thing that wasn't broken before. She settled for dragging me back to her place the split second class ended. Good thing I thought ahead and brought my formal clothes the night before. Brand new mauve blazer by Gerard Bernique. I don't know. Freshly tailored slacks, pressed to perfection. And polished black leather dress boots to give myself that extra height. Tiny errant flecks of paint jump off the canvas beside me. Each one gives me a mini heart attack. She told me not to, but I can probably sneak a glance out of the corner of my sunglasses. As I try to get a peek, however, a claw gently flicks my cheek, followed by a little growl. No. No peeking. Come on, you said you needed me here for support, and I can't even see it? No peek, just sit. Sit and watch peak fiction. She gestures to the TV she set up to play Manic as background noise. You think you'll finish in time? Absolutely. Careful not to wear out your fingers. I can make it. I just need you here. Just being near her was enough as support, though her tail would slither its way to me. It, along with Guts, occupied my lap, and my actual support became evident as my hand ran over scale and fur, eliciting cooing noises of comfort from my girlfriend and her pet. Really, I felt more like a glorified pet sitter, watching over the oddest friendship between a snake and a rat. But it was part of her process for this, so I obliged, content to wait to see Idakin's tribute in time. Plus, Olivia really did have good taste in shows. I'm a little disappointed I won't get to finish this one tonight. Alas, we have more important matters. Okay, I think it's ready. She holds up a finger to my lips, appraising her work, scanning for any minute flaws. Yes, this is it. Oh, can I see it? Not yet. It needs to dry. But I need to wash up for my big date. She holds out her arms, absolutely splattered with purples and blues, and get changed. So, out. Wow, I'm being kicked to the street. No longer useful. Darn right. Go mingle with the plebeians for a while. I squeeze her hand and get up from the bed. Come on, I want to show you my dress. Alright, alright. 'Tis the season to be jolly, and the plains... Oh, 'tis the season to be jolly, and the Payne's place lives up to the saying. From roof to floor, the house is decked out for the holidays, completely changing its atmosphere. Warm, nostalgic, inviting, and comforting. Even outside, the house is adorned with an array of colorful Christmas lights. The rest of the Paynes and Liz are lounging in the living room. Hey everyone. Inko, is it true you ordered a... I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a surprise for her, hun. Oh, my bad. Thanks again for covering most of it, Inko. It's pretty exciting to get one of those. Yeah, Olivia's gonna love it. Though I can't help but feel like we should have picked Shen more. Don't worry about it. It was my idea after all. Nice jacket, by the way. Why, thank you. Just then, Damien takes a seat right next to Liz, casually slinging an arm around her. Damien looks my way with flickering eyebrows and a smug, toothy grin. He knows he's won. With suave moves like that, I should keep him in mind to use on Olivia. Yeah, this does seem a little different. Sophia looks like she's about ready to burst with excitement and can't hold it in any longer. Oh, my little boy's all grown up to be a man. Mom. Now, son, it's every parent's God-given right to tease their kids. One day you'll be doing the same with yours. Yippee, you guys gonna be like this all night? Where's Vinny when you need him? I didn't want your little brother being left out on having some fun tonight, so he's having a big sleepover with his karate team. And let's be fair, I'm not going to risk that little rascal accidentally making a mess of everyone's outfits before their big night. As much as I love the little guy, the last thing I'd want is acid damaging my evening gown. You know, I think I'm coming down with something. Stop it, you. For the next couple of minutes, we simply relax and wait for Olivia. Well, Damien and I relax. With the way he has his arm around Liz's waist, a blush begins to steadily grow from her cheeks and down her neck. Kind of reminds me of an upside-down thermometer. Damien scooches her closer to him and uses his other hand to guide her flustered face towards his. He leans in and seemingly whispers something in her ear. And whatever it is he said makes the Lizometer hit 1,000 degrees with an alerted yelp. His parents are grinning from ear to ear as she squirms at their gaze. Despite the embarrassment radiating off of her like a fireplace, I don't feel too bad for her. I'm pretty sure this is what she wants. Though what the heck did Damien say to her? More so, is he doing this on purpose? Why are we all looking at the giant licorice whip? A scratchy voice draws my attention, and I turn to see. Now it's correct. I'm genuinely floored. What happened? Like, was the text that I read aloud the same that existed beforehand? Because it seemed different to me. I don't remember some of those lines. Like I legit had a bites the dust moment. Oh, fuck. I'm genuinely floored. The dress, the accessories, the makeup. Elegance springs to mind. Regal, too. But what escapes my lips is beautiful. The others are also complimenting her, but she pays them no mind. She's looking only at me, as I am her. The winter formal is here in Volcater of She's looking only at me, as I am her. Winter has officially arrived at Volcader Bluff. Sorry. Sorry, Jesus Christ. As long as it works at the end of the day, I'm good. It doesn't matter. Bashfully, Olivia looks away at last, and I clear my throat. My cheeks feel exceptionally warm, and Olivia is practically aglow. You look beautiful, Olivia. Thanks, Inko. Auntie Sophia helped me with the dress. She twirls her chair about, allowing me to take her in from all angles. Oh, please, Olivia, you worked hard on that dress, too. Only with the fenting, Auntie. Her twirling finally stops, so that she can bring her chair closer to me. I find myself on one knee, hands and arms, helping to erase her, ease her from her wheelchair and onto the couch. It's been second nature for a while. With Olivia settled nicely there, I retake my spot just beside her. A Satan-gloved hand finds its place in my palm, and Olivia's head leans lightly against my shoulder. I feel as though my face is aflame with heat. Yet I don't mind it as the girl beside me presses closer. Now, don't get cozy, you two. Your ride to the formal should be getting here any minute. Olivia's head leaves my shoulders so she could look to Olivia. Aren't we taking Liz's car? I wouldn't mind, but with these clothes, nuh-uh. Inko thought of a better idea. We all pitched in, though. Olivia's looking at me now, squinting ever so slightly with scrutiny. What did you do? Well, I did that. Damien and Liz are already moving towards the door. I get up and take hold of Olivia's wheelchair, stabilizing it for her. Inko, what? Good night, Randy, Sophia. I'll have her home tomorrow morning. Inko? Have fun, you two. Don't do anything we wouldn't. And we've done a lot of things. Sorry. Randy? Olivia's head is still turning wildly between us all as I wheel her to the open front door. The Gator head finally stills, and I'm sure her eyes are as wide as saucers as she sees what's parked in front of the house. Maybe figured for such a night, we deserve to ride in style. What about the tomorrow morning bit? Oh, we're gonna hang out at my place after. Is that why I'm missing my favorite PJs? The limousine driver is already at the passenger door, holding it open for us. I gently push the wheelchair towards the vehicle as she continues to stare at it in awestruck silence. Wow, okay, wow, alright. This is... If I may. You may. I carefully take the painting from her with both hands and place it against the back seat. Once Olivia's satisfied, it's her turn. Now they're in the sea. Ah. Oh wow, it looks even nicer than on the website. Hey Inky, the bar's free game, right? I throw Damien a thumbs up. It's all paid for, amigo, with a little help from Liz, of course. Awesome. Damien's already pulled 2 glass bottles of cola from the tiny fridge. Wait, were they there in the second ending? I forget. I haven't edited it yet, so I forgot. Using his tooth like that was impressive, not gonna lie. He cracks open the second one with relative ease. For you. He gestures with his bottle if I'd like one. Sure. Carefully you don't spill on the painting. Yeah, each face. Even a drop lands on it and I murder roll you. I'm fine with that. That's a fine fate for me. Yeah, of course. Can I see it? Well, actually him. Never mind. No. No one lays eyes on it until we set it up in the memorial room. I promised myself that. Oh, you made the painting without even looking at it? She did. Wow. Shut up, both of you. I lean back into the plush seating, letting my arm rest gently over Olivia's shoulders. She leans her head into my shoulder in response, a low coo escaping from her mouth. The skyline of Volcadera is painted in an evening glow as we relax to the low rumbling of asphalt on rubber. Christmas lights dance and flicker across the face of buildings, turning what would normally be a bland color palette into something much more vibrant. The whole ride there, we share drinks and stories of the past semester. It's like the party's already started. I heard they got a big-name disc jockey this year. I can't wait to dance. I'm trying to check out the buffet they've been posting about on the... I'm dying to check out the buffet they've been posting about on the school site. I didn't know you checked that. Special occasion. They got everything tonight, man. You name it. Burgers, pasta, steak, tacos, cakes, even some of those yummy leaves for Liz. I'm glad you thought of me. I'll be gunning for the buffet room first thing. You guys be joining us for dinner then, right? Maybe, but first, I want to get this painting on display as soon as possible. Thanks for helping me do this, Inko. I smile and squeeze Olivia's hand. She squeezes back. The shining moment finally comes as our limousine pulls into the open carport in front of the venue, drawing the attention of the crowd. We wait for another minute or so in anticipation before our passenger door opens wide. Taking initiative, I step out into the open as the driver sets up the wheelchair with a flourish. Our ride makes a great set piece and naturally draws the attention of everyone nearby as I ease Olivia into her chair gently. That's Inko and Olivia. Her dress looks amazing. Man comes in a whole-ass limo and I get here in my beat-up wagon. Old Archie Andrews over there. Olivia's smiling nervously while she carefully removes the painting from the back seat. I forget sometimes not everyone is so acclimated to this sort of attention. Have a good evening, sirs and madams. I thank the driver before we make our way to the entrance. A decorative red carpet stretches from the driveway and right into the venue, giving our walk inside a sense of glamour. We approach the sign-in table where a sizable line of other partygoers look our way. Figures. Oh, I'm an organizer. With the painting for the memorial, you are too, sorta. What's that mean? It means we can just waltz right in. Sweet! Circumnavigating the line, we see a familiar blue dino handling the sign-in and looking exceptionally exhausted. Though he smiles as usual when he sees us, his shifting eyes and rapid finger tapping indicate otherwise. Oh, hey you guys, you made it. And in a limo, no less. Gotta travel in style. I couldn't agree more. Ben then makes eye contact with Olivia. And it's nice to see you up and about again, Olivia. I mean, I didn't mean it like that. Hey, Ben. The tired teen double takes, clearly surprised that Olivia actually replied to him at all. Damien takes the moment to scribble a bit on the clipboard Ben was holding. Alright, we're signed in. Come on, Liz. Oh dear. Be seeing you guys. Whoa! Ben clears his throat as though to dislodge the shock, clogging his airway from Olivia speaking to him for once. How have you been? Olivia scans him over briefly. I'm holding together okay. I feel like making this has really helped. Would have liked for Mr. Attican to see this, but her snap motions down to the frame she's clutching tightly to. A heavy breath escapes Ben as his shoulders sag. Yeah, He sucks back in that breath, squaring his shoulders. I'm sure he's happy with it already, Olivia. My date looks down to her lap, eyes shut tight. But she has a soft smile and nods. Well, gotta keep the line moving. Don't want to keep everyone waiting out in the cold. Right. Ben hands us a clipboard along with a pen. Olivia and I sign in, and I hand it back to Ben. Great, you're all set. Thanks, Ben. Of course, enjoy the night. I offer Ben a slight wave as Olivia and I continue forward. The memorial room is probably in one of the side halls. They should have given us a map. It won't be that hard to find. Olivia smirks as I take the head, letting her hold the covered art piece closely. Just as I predicted, the memorial room isn't hard to find. It's a smaller room, well lit and with little furniture. On the far end, a framed picture of Ideken and some of his old pictures from his classroom. Some from him, some from his students. There's a few other students here, paying their respects. Olivia taps my wrist with her tail, and I let go. I walk alongside her as we approach the portrait. I wonder when this was taken. It can't have been that long ago. He looks just like he did earlier this year. Olivia slowly rolls up to the memorial, still clutching the covered art piece. Is there an easel around or something? I was told there'd be one. Oh. There's an adjustable hanger on the wall with bits to attach to the painting, hanging in a little baggie. Wow, they thought of everything. Yeah. Can you put the hangers on? I'll hold it steady. Sure. I get the baggie and Olivia stands the painting on her legs. Alright, take the covering off gently. Olivia watches carefully as I lift the cover. From this angle, I can't make anything out other than the same blues and purples. She breathes a sigh of relief when she sees nothing got damaged on the trip over. Okay, I fasten the hangers to the back of the wooden structure. I hope it's good enough. It will be. Done. Olivia gently raises the painting. That's the full thing, without the painting in the way. Olivia gently raises the painting, carefully hanging it up on the wall like it could come off at any second. I just noticed it. Finally, we both back away and the finished painting is revealed to me. My hand clasps Olivia's shoulder in support. Olivia's head turns down towards the floor for a few moments before a smile curls on her face. Finally, I can appraise the painting fully. It's definitely the fountain. As well as the park we found it at. But the colors are brilliant, exuding a heat to it with warmer colors than Olivia's used in the past. Where her previous works always had a dreamlike quality to them, this one brings the warmth of the sun to mind. As if you were basking under the sun's light during the summer. Well, do you like it? Do you? I do. I'm proud of it. I was going to say something about how my opinion wouldn't matter if you did, but that's a better answer. I'm also proud of it. It's beautiful. You knocked it completely out of the park. I think we did. We? Yeah. Without you, I really don't know if I could have finished it. Silver gray irises turned from the new painting and focus entirely on the portrait at the center of the display. While the sounds of the dance are still in the background, the pervading silence within the room overshadows it. Olivia's gloved hand covers mine, still on her shoulder. Standing before our teacher's mural, I bow my head and offer him my quiet thoughts, thanking him for teaching me, for being more than just a teacher, but a friend, and for looking after the girl I fell in love with. When my eyes open, I see that Olivia's head is still bowed forward. A singular droplet seeds from the corner of her eye. I gently wipe it away with my thumb before it can possibly drip down onto her dress. She smiles in gratitude after, and her eyes reopen. Olivia? I'm okay, Inko. Automatically following her as she spins her chair around, Olivia faces towards the doors. Come on, we gotta get to the buffet. Why, I'm sure they'll have enough. Damien's gonna steal all the good stuff, duh. She turns a wry smile my way and speeds up her wheeling. I doubt Damien could, but I can imagine him trying. Olivia becomes a veritable plow, uncaring for the other partygoers, as she leads us to the buffet. It's not too far, and thankfully no one ended up actually being run down by her. And for all the sour looks that she was receiving, Olivia didn't care. Her attention was focused solely on what lay before her. The cafeteria isn't far away. Tables line the area, some for seating and others containing nothing but food. It smells so good. I've already grabbed a pair of trays from nearby, along with 2 sets of utensils. Olivia motions to take her seat, but I shake my head. Let me handle the food. Why? So you can actually move? You'd be putting your dress at risk trying to hold a tray and keep up with the line. With a roll of her eyes and a sigh, Olivia's hand drops back to her armrest. Fine. Olivia drew herself just outside the line, scoping out the particular dishes that she wanted. By the time I got to the end, Olivia's tray was covered with heaps of grilled meat. I decided on a more eclectic sampling of dishes. I wanted to savor my meal, as opposed to Olivia's plan to devour hers. She holds our meals while I push her ahead to hunt down a table. Thankfully, the search is short in a particular red hand, as a particular red hand waits for us in the near distance. Once we get situated at the table, Damien greets us with a sauce-stained grin, while Liz nurses a tall glass of ice water beside him. The two look happy, yet exhausted. Having fun? You know it. Just stopped by for seconds. Busting a move ain't easy. Seconds? Already? I told you if we got here any later, the cafeteria would be closed. I'm not even going to question how you eat so much and still move around the way you do on the dance floor. It's all in the method. Oh, please. You two plan on hitting the floor? Absolutely. I'm getting a dance tonight out of this guy. You say that as if I'd ever consider turning you down. Damien's eyes close for a moment in thought. I feel like I'm forgetting... Oh! You're painting. Did it get set up okay? Yeah, I hung it up in the memorial room. You can see it now. Really? Hold on. Sorry. It looks really good. Thanks. All words finally said, Olivia and I start on our meals. While I savor the tender meat of my steak, a deep vibrato reverberates in my ribcage. What's happening to me here? Oh. I see you all are enjoying the evening. We all turn to see Liz's uncle approaching. Damien smiles and waves, but I notice how he scooted his chair away from Liz. The older man finally reaches us and pulls up a chair to sit down. Yeah, Damien's been so sweet, Uncle Mike. The mustachio Been a while since I've heard that one. The mustachioed whale nods, smiling at Liz's date. Yeah, totally. Just nothing but fun, Mr. Ferris, sir. It's the first time I've heard a fake laugh from Damien. I didn't know you'd be chaperoning, Mr. Ferris. Well, of course I would be. After all, it's my darling niece's first proper date. I'm starting to feel bad for Damien as I watch him sink lower in his seat. Though Liz does come to his rescue. Uncle Mike. The older man laughs as he fends off his niece's attempt to headbutt him with his massive hands. I'm not being serious, Lisbeth. Mind your head. Liz relents, scooting herself right next to her date and wrapping him in a hug. Damien sputters and looks between the two family members. Ah, by the way, Olivia, I just visited the memorial with Miss Scaler, and we saw your latest piece. Olivia pauses on her last bite of mallard. It is quite a work, Miss Halford. Olivia's tail reaches up and giddily shakes my hand around. Thank you, Mr. Ferris. In fact, when your principal saw it, she immediately wanted to showcase it in St. Hammond's Gala. Specifically where Dreamscape once was. Oh. It's your painting, so it's up to you. I figured I'd come to let you know before you try and take it later tonight. Olivia ponders it while her fork spears at a particularly slippery piece of greasy bird. I don't mind, but I'd like to take it with me when I graduate. Mr. Ferris nods, taking a small notebook from his pocket and writing some notes into it. Of course, Olivia. How's the brisket? I may spring for some when I get around to dinner. Try the roast duck as well. It's amazing. I think I will. Have a wonderful night, everyone. He starts to turn, but stops and looks at Damien. And stares very, very seriously. Damien nods his way, and with that, Mr. Ferris leaves us to our meals. I'm by no means a fast eater, but I managed to finish my own meal before Olivia finishes hers. I lean back in my chair, stretching my arms back. Across the ballroom, I see Ben heading behind the curtain on stage. Say, that reminds me. Hey, Olivia. Finish what's in your mouth. What? Oh, what? Has Ben talked with you recently? No, when we saw him earlier, was the first time I've talked to him in years. Weird. What's so weird about it? He told me weeks ago he wanted to apologize to you for everything, and I said he should tell you himself in person. He said he would, and it hasn't happened. Maybe he forgot. He has been very busy lately. Well, we got some time, right? Why not go say hi? Olivia finishes off the last rib on her plate, gnawing at it as she calculates this decision internally. All right, I guess. If you think it's a good idea. You guys go ahead. I'm about ready to get back to breaking it down. How about you, Liz? Don't want to tire you out. Oh, I can go for a bit longer, yeah. I'm here to party the night away. I collect our plates and quickly walk them to the collection spot for them. Olivia's moved to the side, freeing the table for another group to take it. Taking her chair's handlebars, I take us around the dance floor. We can clearly see Liz as we pass it, though Damien is hidden by the press of bodies. Wait a minute. Nah, might as well. Her face and neck are once again scarlet. Geez, wonder what Damien is doing to elicit that kind of look from her. Once we pass the crowded area of the room, I see a solitary set of double doors at the stage's side. That must lead to the backstage area then. He should be back there. Only one way to find out, though.